internet friends, welcome back to Free the Tomatoes, and if you're new here, welcome! This is where we talk about things and stuff and have fun, I hope. Today's video is going to be an October empties. I'm gonna try and go through this relatively quickly because I do have quite a few things and a lot of them are just kind of daily staples, so we'll try and get through that pretty quickly, but if I have something worth mentioning, I'll definitely make sure I point those out. So to get started, this one here is a repeat item. These are just the generic cotton rounds, so thank you again to Grandma who supplies these to me and has also given me a couple more, so thank you! Something that I want to mention that I absolutely hated, and this could have been my fault because I went to Winners, which here is kind of like one of those stores where they get designer brands and they put them on for like discounted prices. It's kind of like a warehouse store like that, and these were in the face wipe portion of the store, and so I was like, okay, they sound good. Wet wipes, soft and fresh, chamomile extract, sounds great for sensitive skin because chamomile is very soothing, so I just picked these up and went with them. These are the Bee-Bowl wet wipes. So needless to say, I used these on my face. They burned like hell. I will never use these again. And then I look closer and it says it's for 0+ months. These are baby wipes. So I'm not sure why they put these in the face wipe aisle, but duly noted, next time when I buy face wipes, I'm gonna look just a little bit closer because these are not face friendly. Next on to hair care products. The first one I have is from Malibu. This is a scalp therapy treatment, and essentially what you do is you just put this in your hands, put a little bit of water in them, and then rub it all over your scalp. And I have to say, holy crap, I could feel this working. It is, if you have a sensitive scalp, I definitely would suggest against this because this is intense and you could feel it working within minutes. And all you do is you put it on, you leave it for 5 to 7 minutes, and then wash, shampoo, and condition it out. But it is intense. I don't know how many times I can repeat that, but if you don't walk away knowing that this is intense, then you're not paying enough attention to the videos. Would I recommend it though? I definitely would do this again. Just be careful if you have sensitive skin. So that's all I have to say, because I did notice too it was a little red around my scalp area, but I thoroughly enjoyed this. So if it starts becoming too much, just rinse it off. That's, I guess, the best advice I can give. I have my garbage and my recycle down beside me, so that's why I keep reaching down. Next we have a Color Therapy K-Pack from Joico, and I love the original K-Pack. I'm not the biggest fan of the Color Therapy. I don't find that it does anything to help with colored hair, and I don't find it any more moisturizing or any different from the original. So seeing as the original smells a lot better, I probably would stick with the original, but it was definitely fun to try this out. Another product that I wasn't the biggest fan of is the Bumble and Bumble's Hairdresser's Invisible Oil Balm to Oil Pre-Shampoo Mask. That is a mouthful. Essentially all this is like perfumated coconut oil that you rub onto your scalp. I'm trying to see if there's even coconut oil in here. Yes. So essentially it's like there was a trend that kind of went around of putting coconut oil on your hair as a hair mask, and essentially that's what these guys did, and they turned it into a mask that you can buy. So I personally don't think it's worth it. I think the scent is a little too strong, but that's just my personal preference. I would much rather just stick to putting coconut oil on my hair than buying this. However, it was fun to try out because I do love the primer spray from this line, so I was enticed when I saw this and I did want to try it, but fortunately not for me. The last two well, they're 4 products, but they're shampoo and conditioner duos. The first one I have is, I'm so happy to finally use this up, and this was the Malibu Color Wellness line. This is the shampoo and conditioner, and I did not like these. I thought for shampoo and conditioner, it's good for just your generic basic shampoo and conditioner. It didn't do anything to help elongate. It didn't help the color life of my hair, the life of my color. It didn't do anything for my colored hair. So when I first started this channel, I had bright teal hair, and this is what I was using for the shampoo and conditioner, and needless to say, within a month my color was gone. And I don't mean faded, I mean gone. So I don't want to say that this did anything to get rid of my color, it just didn't do anything to help keep my color. So unfortunately these are no for me. As for a yes though, because I do like to end things on a good note, these are the last products in the hair care pile. This is the Bosley Defense for color treated hair. So if you don't know what Bosley is, Bosley was designed by doctors and surgeons to help with hair loss. So essentially it was a hair care product designed by doctors. And I bought these for very various members of my family. One member of my family was noticing that she was brushing her hair, a lot of her hair was coming out, so I bought her this to try and help kind of slow that process down. There's also a member of my family who started balding at the top of their head, and they started using this, and I can happily report that it started kind of growing peach fuzz back. So I have to say I have seen this stuff work for people. As for why I'm using it, I guess it was just because when I gave myself that chemical haircut a couple of months back, I was really worried that maybe I had done something to my scalp that, you know, pissed it off, and I guess this was my way of trying to be proactive. So essentially I wasn't worried about hair loss, I just kind of wanted to give back to my hair, essentially give it something that was kind of nourishing, stimulating, and make it happy again. And I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed this. It has that kind of minty tingling sensation, and it definitely felt like my hair was being stimulated, and it's actually growing quite healthy right now. So I quite thoroughly enjoyed this, and I would definitely use this again if I found myself in a similar situation, which I hope I don't, but at least I know there's a product, so if I do find myself in that situation. And for anybody who's worried about hair loss, or if you are starting to get bald spots, definitely check this out. This was, like I said, I've seen it work for people, and just because I say that doesn't mean it's going to work for you, but to know that a product actually does work for other people is a good place to start. So on to body care. The first one I have is the Sensitive Shield by Dove, and it works. I just don't like the fragrance. So I featured another one in my videos a couple videos back, and it was I think it was the Air Scent by Axe in the Dry Spray, and I thoroughly enjoyed this one. This one I just felt it's kind of like that generic man scent that you associate with that you associate with deodorant. So it's not bad, it just not my thing. So I do like the dry spray, just not this scent. Oh, I have quite a few body cares. All right, so next I have the coconut body scrub from the Body Shop. I don't really know how to show this. It just says the Coconut Shop Body. The Body Shop Coconut. Essentially this was great. It kind of reminds me of those coffee scrubs that are kind of going around. It's that nice kind of gritty feeling. Yeah, would I buy it again? I'm kind of sucked into the whole coffee trend, so I've got quite a few coffee scrubs underneath in my cupboard right now, so I would definitely use those up before thinking about repurchasing it. The one thing that this does have over those coffee scrubs is that this comes in like a creamy consistency, so you kind of scoop it out and then rub it all over, so it's a lot less messy than the coffee scrub. So I also have a Bath & Body Works, I forgot what it's called already, Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte Shower Gel, and this is just your kind of generic shower gel. It doesn't really do anything, like it's not very moisturizing, it's not overly cleansing, it doesn't tingle, it's just basic. But the one thing that Bath & Body Works does have is scents. So if you're someone who chooses their body washes by scents, I would definitely check them out, but if you're someone who's going for something more nourishing, this might not be for you. A must-have staple for me is always sunscreen. This is the Umbrell 45 SPF for kids. I got this on discount, and don't worry, I did check the expiry date to make sure that's not why it was on discount. So I went through this thing, it was great. I do find with the Umbrell though, it does leave a little bit of a greasy kind of residue. But other than that, it worked, I didn't burn, so. And lastly, under the body care, I have the Hemp's body lotion in the Coastal Peach and Yellow Dahlia. This wasn't my favorite scent by them, but it was definitely nice to try something new. And if you watch my Project Pan videos, you know that I try to use up a couple of other products that kind of made their way into this one, so this was kind of basically a potluck of different lotions in this thing to try and use it up, but it's officially gone, so that's great. Would I buy it again? I'd probably buy the Hemp's brand in general for a body moisturizer, just not this scent. I'm a fan of their original scent, as well as they have a Tahitian vanilla and ginger, and that one is heavenly. Only if you like ginger though, because there's next to no vanilla in it, it's almost pure ginger. But this one here, not really my scent, but fun to try. A couple things in the oral care section of this video. I have Listerine Zero, and I like this one because I have a sensitive mouth, and not just sensitive teeth, but sensitive mouth in general, and I find that a lot of mouthwashes burn to the point that they actually kind of, I've gotten a couple of welts inside my mouth before, so I like the No Stain Zero because it doesn't really have that lasting and stinging alcohol sensation to it. So that's nice. It's made for sensitive people like me, so I would definitely purchase this again. Right now we're actually using the Total Care Zero, and I'm liking that one just a little bit more, but yeah, this one's also nice as well. And lastly, we have the Sensodyne Pro Enamel Toothpaste. I have never found anything special about different toothpaste, except for this one is made for sensitive teeth. So yeah, my teeth I find are starting to get a little less sensitive, so that's great. I'm not sure if that's this or if it's just because I started having a more consistent teeth brushing routine, so it could be a mix of both. But I stick with the Sensodyne line just because that's what I know and I thoroughly enjoy it. I find that it cleans my teeth and it doesn't irritate them too much, so I'll continue to use Sensodyne, but I'm definitely using, I shouldn't say definitely, but I'm currently trying just different types of the Sensodyne range out right now. What next? I guess all we have left is skincare. So one that I'm kind of happy to get out of my collection because it's been there for quite a while is the Bioderma Micellar Water. And at first this was working great, and by the time I started getting down to the bottom of it, it was starting to irritate my eyes a little bit more. So I'm not sure if maybe that's just because it was getting older, or maybe my eyes got used to it, or change in weather. I really don't know, but it's just funny that it was working great and then all of a sudden it wasn't. So right now I'm actually trying out the Garnier Micellar Water, and this one's working great for me. So I'm thinking maybe it's just because this product got old. I would probably try it again in the future and try to use it a little quicker and see if it actually does make a difference. A product I didn't like is the Hey Honey Come Clean Facial Scrub, and the only reason I didn't like this one is that it's one of those facial scrubs that the moment it mixes with water, it emulsifies and it turns to nothing. And if you try to put this straight onto dry skin, it's a little bit too much of a sticky texture. Like there isn't a lot of give to it, so you can't really rub it in your face. So yeah, so either you're pulling your skin and irritating your skin that way, or you're exfoliating your skin with basically milky water. So unfortunately, this is a no for me. One product that I really did like, so this is really funny. I tried those charcoal nose strips, and I don't know why I keep trying them. I want to love them. I want them to work for me, but essentially they're not made for people like me, which is just people apparently who have blackheads that don't like to come out of your nose with pore strips. That's what I meant by that. But it did come with a sample of a self-heating 1-minute mask, and I thought this was great. It's exactly what it says it is. It's a mask that when you put it on your hands and start rubbing it on your face, it warms up. So I was using this prior to using the nose strips to kind of hopefully help draw some of the gunk out of my nose. Unfortunately, it didn't help make the nose strips work, but on a very cold day, it was nice to have a self-warming face wash, essentially, or face mask. So this was fun to try, and I'm debating if I want to repurchase it. I have a coupon actually in my bedroom right now, so I think I might. And on to some face masks. I have one in here that I'm going to save to the end because yay, I finally found one that worked. So I'm going to show you all the ones that I didn't like and then end on one that I actually did like. So first off is the BioRepublic Aloe Rescue Mask. I just found that this one did nothing for me and it left my face sticky in the end. So I don't really want a sticky face, so I'm not going to put something on it that does nothing to just make me sticky in the end. And then the other two I have are the Pearl and Platinum Collagen Essence Mask by Dermal, and I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the Platinum. One of these burned my face, so essentially I wouldn't buy either of these again, so it's okay that I don't remember which one it was, but I just found that aside from the one that burned my face, the other one just did nothing, and again, they make my face sticky. So I hate that sticky feeling, so I wouldn't do any of these again, unfortunately. But like I said, we can end this one on a good note because I've officially found a face mask that did what it said it was going to do, didn't leave my face feeling sticky, and this is the Innisfree Rice Sheet Mask. And this one is supposed to be kind of nourishing and hydrating, and that's exactly what it did. And when I peeled it off in the end, it kind of had this creamy kind of consistency left on my skin, and that absorbed nicely after I took the mask off. So I am so happy to finally find a sheet mask that I actually like, and I'll definitely be repurchasing this in the future. And A bittersweet product, I've mentioned this in a couple of videos too, is my Kula sunscreen. Kula is bittersweet to run out of for me because I love Kula, so I know I'm going to be repurchasing it, and I just found out the other day that the price actually went up on this, so I'm a little disappointed about that because if you are from Canada and you buy Kula, you know that this is expensive. How big is this roughly? I think this is about 50 milliliters. Yes. It's 50 milliliters and it is $48 now. It used to be $42 for 50 milliliters, which I thought was ridiculous. So 48 is even more ridiculous to me. I absolutely love this brand though, and it's one of the brands that's tried and true. I have never burned using Kula, where with the umbrella, I've burned using that before, even if I've been consistent about putting it on, but Kula's one that has never let me down. So it used to be that I was okay paying a high price for it because I knew it worked, but it gets to a point where how much are you willing to pay for a product that does work? And $50 for a little sunscreen is really pushing it for me now. So I hope I can find another brand that's just as good because I don't want to pay that price for a sunscreen. So I think what I'm going to do is if I know I'm going somewhere that I for sure need that protection, then I'll definitely shell out the money for this stuff. But if I'm just here in the city where it does get sunny, the SPF can kind of get a bit high, I think maybe I might try something new, and that's where I'll kind of start doing some new tests to try and find something a bit more affordable. But yeah, I love Kula, and if you don't mind spending a bit of money, or if you're someone who does like luxury sunscreen, this is the best. I absolutely love this, but I think unfortunately it's gotten now to the point that I need to try and find something new. Speaking of luxury products, this one doesn't quite look like what you're probably used to seeing it look like. This is the Drunk Elephant TLC Framboise. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting a word in there. This is the night serum. I found that this did absolutely nothing for me, so that's quite a bit disappointing. I found the only time I could actually feel it doing something on my skin is when I had an open blemish. So I know you're not supposed to touch your zits, but I'm guilty of it. So the only time I ever felt this do anything was after I freshly finished touching one and went to go put this on. It almost felt like antiseptic on it. Other than that, it did nothing. It didn't do anything for my texture. So yeah, that's a little sad. I know this works well for some people, just not for me. So I think I'm going to have to stick with the Sunday Riley Good Genes, which it gets compared to a lot, but these are quite different products. But I guess if you're someone who's looking for a serum and you are looking at the two of them, I would try this one first because it is said to be a little less potent, and then I would try the Good Genes. But I unfortunately did it the other way, and I think I'm ruined because the Good Genes works for me, and I found that this did nothing compared to that. So another product that I won't be repurchasing is the Coconut Water by Fruitique. This is just a typical hydrating toner, but it has a very strong floral scent. So that's a definite no for me, and I find it funny because it says coconut water, so the last thing I would expect it to smell like is flowers. This one was a little bit, oh, my camera's gonna die. Let's try and see if we can finish it up really quickly. Okay, I have 3 last products. This one is the Ole Henderson Nurture Me Moisturizer. When I first got this one, it smelled wonderful. It absorbed nicely on my skin, but it did kind of irritate my cheeks where I get rosacea. And it says it's good for rosacea skin, so that was a little bit weird. And this is also one of those products that if you don't use up fast enough, you can actually smell it go rancid. So just be careful, make sure you use this up within a decent time frame, or yeah. Onto another product that I didn't like is Rosy Cheeks. This is a fresh face mask by Lush. This is supposed to be kind of soothing and softening, and I found that it just didn't do anything for me except dry my skin out, which I don't think is what it was supposed to do. So unfortunately, this is a no for me. And to end this on a good note, hopefully we can squeeze this in here before the camera dies. This is the Deep Dive Glycolic Facial Cleanser by Jack Black. This reminds me of a kind of toned down Glam Glow Super Mud face wash. So I thoroughly like this. I kind of use this as a mask from time to time. And yeah, I enjoyed this and probably would repurchase this. And this is actually from John's collection, so hopefully he doesn't see this and know that I used up his face wash. Sorry, John, I love you. But yeah, that's all my products that I have to share with you today. So I will catch you guys in the next video. But until then, if you could give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel, that would be great. And I will see you next time. Bye. What was this? Bye, guys.